Greetings everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Challenges Guide. Now for those who are new to this series, or those that need a reminder, the weekly challenges are a set of 5 events that go live Thursday night, Friday morning, depending on your region. These consist of 4 races already in the game that can be unlocked depending on your progress, while the 5th is a special challenge that takes place as a time trial, mission challenge, or race, or any event that comes up during that week. So, let's get into this week's challenges and see what they're all about. We kick things off with the American FR Challenge 550. This is a 3-lap race at Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta. Of course, 550 performance points, needing a road car from the United States with an FR drivetrain, and you can see plenty of examples right there. So, we've already had a Camaro last week. Well, why not again? This time we're going to use something that I've done myself here. No subs this time, because I'm a little bit confident. But let's do a lap around here to get you an idea of how this track goes. So here we are, start finish straight. And stay to the left here. And what you usually like to do, brake the 3rd gear as that wall disappears. Hold the gear about 83, 84 through turn 1. Then start to accelerate properly into 2. Brake at 3 just before that line comes up. Uses that curve there. Be careful as you hit it. Then slowly accelerate through 4, through 5, and then accelerate right through these S's. Right there. 6. Accelerate right on out. We're going to keep it to the left here, set ourselves up for this corner here. Brake just as that wall opens up into 7. The 3rd, and then 2nd gear for 8. Carefully accelerate right on now to the curb there. Again, keeping in mind that power. So we're accelerating now very much here. This should give you plenty of time to think about how you're going to approach the corner, how you'll set yourself up. Maybe even look at your brake bias and determine whether you want to do some adjustments or not. So here we are, come up to here, and brake just as we get by the 100 board. 2nd gear into 10A and 10B, keep the acceleration on. Gently power on out, and I like to keep the car way out as I go to 11, extend it to that curb, and then go through 12. And that is a lap around Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. So, let's get on to the race itself. So here, the best spots for overtaking I found were turns 1, 5, 7, and 11. Those felt like the cleaner, better opportunities. And be aware of the AI in turns 2 through 3, 10A and 10B, as well as 12. They tend to stop up quite a bit. And the slower ones will definitely make for a bit of a blockade if you catch up at the wrong spot. So keep those in mind if you want a clean race bonus. Next, Japanese Clubman Cup 550. This is a 3-lap race around Kyoto Driving Park, Yamigawa Reverse. Of course, it requires a road car, professionally tuned from Japan. Again, 550 just like the previous event. So here, I'm going to choose this Honda S2000 that I have built as the LM race car. Now this, I would show up a setup a little bit more confident with this one. May not be anything special, but it gets the job done for me. So, let's do a lap around here. So, we'll go by the start finish here. And again, braking right as that curve to the right comes up. It's down to 2nd gear. Keep that car to the left, and then accelerate right on out into this outside curve here. Brake right there at the 100 board. Into 3rd gear, and use those curves to turn the car. Now, it will definitely turn your car way better. You'll definitely have to be careful though. Brake just as that curbing to the left comes up, and then hug the curbing on the right there to again get some good traction and turn the car. Accelerate. Make sure you take your time there. Not be too vicious with it. And then going down here, what I tend to do is lift off so I can anticipate the braking area, and then brake down to 3rd, use those curves again to turn the car, and then accelerate right on out. Missed that marshal's post. We accelerate. We're coming up on one section that will be very tricky. If you get the 50 board, fourth, and hold it to the curb until we accelerate right on out past that margin's post. And then go into fifth gear. And I usually like to hold fifth gear through these S's here. And it just turns the car pretty well. And I get back onto the acceleration. And then brake just as we get past that wall. Third gear, hold until we get to the curving there. And accelerate right on out to the curb. Do you just pass that marginal post to the left? So, carry all that momentum should get you to start finish straight. And that's what I left on the Kyoto driving park Yamigawa reverse. So, let's get to the race itself. So here, some of the best opportunities for overtaking are turns 3, 5, 10, and 15. You'll want to be aware of the AI turns 2, 4, 7, and 8, and 11 through 14 there. This is where the AI either brake too hard or tend to be in groups and will be in your way. So, another case for if you're doing clean race builders, keep in mind those spots as you're doing so. Next up, the Hypercar Parade. This is a 7-lap race at Autodromo de Interlagos, featuring a road car. I'm doing in, oops there. You can see some of the examples. So I change car out. And this is my choice, as per usual. Ferrari FXXK, nothing special, just racing cards, no setups. It's that easy. If you have it, go for it. Thing pretty much gets done easily. So let's take a lap around here. So you just brake all the way down to second gear for the set of S. Keep all the acceleration there. And then carefully accelerate. This thing is a hybrid, so you will want to be able to do that if you're choosing this. All the way out to that curve there. Keep on the road there. And brake right about there. Really early. And straight as possible. The third gear, 1 out, 5, and then we get up to 6 and 7 here. Brake, the third gear, and fully rotate into the corner. And want to brake for second gear. Use that curve to turn the car, and you want to be really careful if you have a lot of power there. You don't want to spin the wheels up too soon. Like so, right here. And then brake again, second gear, again use that curve to turn the car. And once again, be very careful how you get on the throttle. It's a lot of power at your feet, so it will be very careful as you roll into the throttle gently. And then down to second gear, this curve, accelerate right on not till you get to that outside curve there. And then just fully accelerate. You're fully free to do that now. And you'll be able to get through there in no time. Plenty of speed, plenty of drivers. And that is a lap around Interlagos. So, let's get to the race itself. So, some of the best overtaking spots I found for here are through Curva del Sol, Dicedo del Lago, Bico di Pato, and Junca. A little track map for those. Beware the AI in turns 6 to 7 of Hirano and Mergujo as they brake a lot there. So I'll slow you a lot to turn. You'll lose a lot of time depending on where you'll catch it over here. And the World Touring Car 900 is the next one, not 800. This is a 10-lap race with 8 times fuel use and 8 times tire wear at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. 900 performance points or less, so we're talking Group 2 cars essentially, or anything under that. So I'm going to use our CLK here, just because I like using this around Spa. Feels pretty amazing to me. You know, racing mediums to set that up. So let's do a lap around here. So as we come right out of that final chicane, let's accelerate right on out to start and finish. We'll begin that time lap. So I get always to the left here, brake right at the 100 board, down to first, I turn really hard, and carefully accelerate right on out. So I get to that curb there. Now, because this is a Group 2 category, this tends to be a category with very high downforce. So through here, completely on the power. Completely. All the confidence in the world to take it, even in a machine as old as this, is pretty much nothing. So, we get that nice corner here. Brake at the 150 mark. Down to second. There's this curve here. And this curve here. Keep the power right between that 90. And then, so right on down here. Then brake just as that curving to the left comes up. Hold to that right. And then carefully accelerate right out of there. Off the throttle a bit. And then back on. Touch those curbs there. And we accelerated pretty quick there. And then brake just as those curves to the right come up. You're in fourth gear. It's again taking advantage of the downforce there. You can carry so much more speed through here than you realize. Then we brake right at the 50 board. And I like to do third gear, so I like to carry a little bit of momentum here. And accelerate right on out to the curb. Second gear again, using that curb. And then fully accelerate out to these curves here. Brief flip before getting back on the throttle. Full power through this entire section here. It's pretty much a whole lot of speed. That's why I like this car so much, is that while I do like the modern day GT 500 cars, this just has brutal speed that you can use all the time, every time. Same with the Michelin. So we go all the way down to the second gear as that curve comes up. I use that big curve to turn the car a lot more. Works good in this as well. And just accelerate right on out. And that's a lap around Spa Francorchamps. Now, let's get to the race itself. So for here, some tips here. Medium tires, the usual viable option in the drive. This is 1 or 2 stops depending on the weather, because this is one of those races where the weather could show up, it could not show up. For this reason, have those intermediates and wets ready just in case. You might have a dry race, you might have one that starts dry and suddenly is absolutely torrential. Keep your eyes out, it's very important. And finally, the time trial for this week's special event, featuring Tokyo Expressway East Counterclockwise and the Aston Martin DB11. And track gear, of course, 4th gear and 3rd gear are going to be your best friends, starting off with the first 2 corners, and the rest of it is 4th gear. So as long as you remember that, you should be good here. It's all about just managing the weight shift on the car, as you see me looking through all these colors there. But that's pretty much it. As long as you remember 4th gear and where to use that and mind where that weight shifts, you should be good. So that is it for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, whether you just logged in or whether you have logged in quite some time. So if you love this, give it a like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll be notified when these videos go up. So that's it for me. I will see you guys in the next one.